Hello, hello, hello. Listen. I'm going to get right to this one. This one is going to be for all of you, all of the replay crew that come on in and just happen to catch this video a little bit later or as you all file through the doors. We're going to take this one in a little bit of a different direction today. Listen, people, this one's going to be all about our purple chair goddess. Wendy Williams has spoken out, people. Hello, Becky. How are you? I see you out there in the little side chat. Do not forget to sign the guest book. Sign the guest book as you come in just the same. Our purple chair goddess has spoken out, people. She's come on camera. She's letting herself be seen, which is so rare these days. Here she is. Oh, here she is, Miss America. Listen, I've got a little clip, right? I've got a little clip from her new channel, her new not so popular channel. Let me tell you, they have removed her access, right? Doesn't it sound so cruel? Her Wendy Williams show access, where the purple chair goddess herself, they just completely stripped all access. Denied, 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 right? She'll go to log in, denied. Can you imagine? Can you imagine going in after a decade on the air, right? Where you rule the roost of the Wendy Williams show, the number one daytime talk show on the air after the Oprah Winfrey decided to finally call it quits. You had the number one daytime talk show on the air, right? Listen, people. And they just X her out of all. She can't even log in and do anything on the Wendy Williams show. Listen, she had to go and start her own new. She had to go and start her own new. What? How do you say the young kids say it? Oh Jesus, to God help me, I'm old people. The Insta. She had to start her whole new Insta, right? The real Wendy, the real Wendy, or something to that effect. God bless her. Had to start all over again. Bless her heart. Bless her. Listen, people. She got locked out of the Wendy Williams website, right? She got locked out of there. Had to go start her own. Listen, she got locked out of her own goddamn bank account, people. Locked out of her own goddamn bank account. Let me get a sip of my coffee from my golden mug. People, can you imagine being Wendy Williams right now? I mean, it's still not a bad gig. Not for nothing. Not for nothing. She's living in a lovely condo. She's got a lovely ring on her finger. She's still got a lovely ring on her finger, and she's got a fabulous condo in South Florida. It's still a pretty good gig if you can get it. Not for nothing. Not for nothing, people. Not for nothing. Listen, right? Somebody else, listen, somebody else's lockout is somebody else's heaven still. All right? I'll take that lockout any day. I'll take her lockout any day. But I'm sure, listen, bless her heart. Bless her heart. Oh, this is Mallory Williams' version of Hot Topics. Okay? So bless her heart. She's sitting here in South Florida in her condo, which could have, listen, all of her Rent-A-Center furniture could have been already repoed for all I know. She could be sitting in there in a lawn chair or on an Amazon box, pile of Amazon boxes. I don't know. She's not showing what's going on in there, right? Listen, I don't see no blinds on the windows. I don't see no pictures on the walls. All I know is she's sitting in a condo in South Florida, right? Her mother, God rest her soul, was living in South Florida. That's where her family and friends were living down there, right? She's got a whole nother life going down in South Florida. She loves South Florida. Although she's a New Yorker at heart. She's a Jersey girl, right? Right? But she loves to go down to South Florida. It's a whole nother gig for her down there. It's a whole nother vibe, right? Split personalities, split lifestyle, just like a lot of New Yorkers. They have a whole nother life down there, down in Florida. They just split it up. They split it up and they go back and forth. Some people can do that. Some people can do that. But her funds are currently being held hostage. Her funds are currently being held hostage by Wells Fargo, people. Wells Fargo has said, hold up, wait a minute. We're not so sure you're capable of handling your millions of dollars that we're currently holding for you. And Wendy was recently, she recently phoned into, I believe it was GMA, Good Morning America, right? Listen, had a little mini conversation over there. She sounded okay. It's easy to sound okay on the telephone. Refused to come on camera, refused to come on Zoom, was not having it at the time, would only do a phone in, right? Right? Listen, we've all had problems with our banks, but have we all had millions of dollars being held hostage? This could be a whole nother deal, right? Listen, so we got to look at it. Today, we just got to talk about it. We got to feel it out, people, right? We're going to play the video. We're going to go through it, right? And hope to God we don't get a big strike over here at the House of Williams for doing so. But here's the thing. She just recently, within the today or yesterday, let's just call it today, right? Because I'm typically on top of shit. Here she is, looking all kinds of crazy eyes, right? She's got the crazy eyes going for us, right? She's all flittery and fluttery in the video. And listen, just a good, serious hot mess. Good old hot mess in South Florida, twirling her hair, looking like Girl Interrupted, right? Looking like Wendy Interrupted, demanding her millions of dollars be returned to her, insisting she is of sound mind, and the rest of the world around her has gone cuckoo crazy, right? I'm living for it, people. I'm living for this. And I think you should be living for it too, right? Just in case you come into millions of dollars and happen to be with Wells Fargo, maybe there's something to be learned here. Oh, God. Let's see who's in the chat. Leave it to be her. Hello. Did I get that right? Hello, Chiming. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Welcome. I do feel bad for Wendy. She earned that money, damn it. Well, we're going to talk about it. Maybe we have to look at things from different perspectives. Okay. Lisa V, hello, how are you? So good to see you. Again, in the future, to the future, welcome to all of the replay crew that comes on in here. By the way, here is my wish list link. There you are. I need one more person to go buy me a blind. All right. If you're out there in this chat anywhere, please click that link, go to my blind section and purchase me a blind. There you go. I need one more. So if anybody has an extra $35 that you don't plan on using, right? Please take that $35 and purchase me a blind. And listen, then my blinds are all done, right? Just need one more blind for my living area. Please and thank you. I needed a total of 4. 3 people have stepped up and purchased 3. I just need one more. There you go. I am being that bold today. If there's happen to be one of you out there with $35, that goes for you, the replay crew too. If future replay people, if you come across this and you got $35 in the console of your car and change, take it to the Coinstar. It's time to clean out your coins, right? Take it to the Coinstar at your local Walmart, right? Make a lot of noise in the Coinstar, cash it all in, take it to the cashier, put it in your bank account, and then go buy me my blind. Please and thank you. I deserve it. Okay, moving right along here, back to our purple chair goddess herself. Listen, so here's the deal, people. Let's set it up. Let us set it up. She hasn't been on her show since July of last year, people. Yes, it's been that long. The purple chair goddess has not been in her purple chair since July of 2021. Can you believe it? You know who's been in her chair since then? Everybody but her, including, listen, even that lady from, listen, listen, chiming in, just said, here, take the money and go buy your own goddamn blind. Hold on. All right, that's beautiful. In April, I'll be able to buy my blind. Thank you, chiming in. Thank you. $50 on the super chat. That's going to go in my April paycheck. Listen, chiming is known all across the world for her $50 super chats. Thank you so much, chiming. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. First bell of the day. That's awesome. Thank you very much. A little extra bell there for you. You got the bell, girl. I had it ready, chiming. Listen, even that girl from King of Queens has been on, Leah Remini, the anti-Scientology, former Scientologist girl, the thorn in the Scientology. The girl we're surprised is still alive and hasn't been vanished off the face of the earth by the Scientology people yet, right? Aren't we all surprised? Getting a little off track, but aren't we all surprised that old Leah Remini hasn't been abducted like just someone to pull up next to her and threw a pillowcase over her head at the stoplight, yanked her out of her car, and just drove away with her, and she's never been seen or heard from again. Aren't we all surprised that hasn't happened to poor Leah yet? Every time I still see her on TV, I'm thinking, they haven't thrown that bitch in the trunk yet. That's probably why she didn't get to be the permanent host. Then that's probably why they didn't give her a purple chair, because they know sooner or later she's gonna be in a trunk somewhere, and she's gonna be on her way to work one day, and all of a sudden she's gonna end up in a pillowcase in the back of a truck. Where's Leah? I don't know. She always shows up for work 15 minutes early. God damn it. The Scientologists finally got her. They got her. Well, we knew it was going to happen eventually. It had to happen eventually. Yeah, that's why she couldn't get anybody to sign her. That's why she was having a hard time getting any. The only reason we hired her is because she discounted her rate by 70%. But even we knew it was a gamble. We knew she probably wasn't going to show up for work one day. Leah, sent back. But listen, has she been followed by people? Shocker. Listen, I know I'm getting off topic, but every time I see her make a public appearance, I'm shocked. I'm like, I can't believe she's still around. They ain't got her yet. I can't believe they ain't got her yet. Oh, Jesus to goodness. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Please sign the guest book, everybody. Please sign the guest book. Wendy, listen. She's not been on the Wendy Williams show since 2021. Her life has been a big, giant, weird question mark. We've all seen the pictures. We've seen her stumbling around in those awkward sneakers, right? Right? The sneakers. Let's face it, shit went downhill in that Statue of Liberty costume, right? When she started doing that crazy eye thing all of a sudden, right? In front of her co-host, as she would call her co-host, right? And she started getting all topsy-turvy in that Statue of Liberty outfit, and all of a sudden, bitch just took a tumble. She did a stumble and a tumble, and all of a sudden, there she went. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Shit never got right after that, did it? Never got right after that, right? Oh, googly-eyed and all that. It just never got. She's lost a ton of weight, right? Lost a ton of weight, just got skinnier and skinnier. Her head got bigger and bigger. Her eyeballs got more 3D, like, but bouncing up out of her head like slinkies, like slinky dogs, just bobbling up out of her head and shit. All kinds of weird stuff was happening to her, right? season after season, just all kinds of weird shit. She'd come out wearing these cute ass tiny little dresses and these sneakers, just plopped up in the purple chair, just all goofy. All goofy. I mean, you're trying to be in it to win it with her the whole time, of course. Like, yeah, girl, those sneakers, those high tops could almost pass for high heels, girl. You could be starting a whole thing. You know what I mean? People be coming in and she'd still be implementing the shoe cam, knowing she'd be sitting there with sneakers on. Bitch. Here's the thing, Wendy. The minute you started having to wear sneakers to work, you might have been a clue to get rid of the shoe cam. Like, here's the thing, girl. Let's get rid of the shoe cam, right? If I gotta wear sneakers sitting next to this bitch in the fancy shoes, let's not draw attention to shoes anymore. Can we do that? If I'm the applesauce, right? Having to wear the goddamn awkward therapeutic sneakers to work, right? Right? Let me not have to sit down to the sassy bitches in their sassy shoes, and let's not have to draw attention to their sassy shoes when I'm just inches away in my therapeutic sneakers with my cankles. Can we not do that to me, audience? Please? How about we do away with the shoe cam and keep the focus up here, please? Let's keep the focus up here, away from my goddamn cankles. All right? Thank you. So things just started going downhill, right? Weird shit, just things weren't working out for her anymore. Getting pictures of her sitting around in a wheelchair. Then out of nowhere, you think the week is going well with poor Wendy, right? Things are going okay one week, and then all of a sudden she just starts boo-hooing and letting her heart out in her sleeve, talking about she's been living in a safe house, girl. I'm like, what? I'll say that. Who? Wendy, back that up again, girl. I'm just getting used to the fact that you're wearing these goddamn sneakers with dresses. Now, hold on a minute. I was with you finally, girl. I understood. You got the cankles. You got the bulgy eyes. And we're still with you here, right? We're still with you. And listen, and what you're doing, you're trying to fool us, kind of with the weight loss. What you're doing is like every season you're just getting a bigger purple chair. You're ordering, no, make it bigger, because the bigger that chair, you know what I'm saying? Suddenly you're getting this abnormally large purple chair because it makes you look smaller. It's like a prop from The Incredible Shrinking Woman. I'm like, wait a minute now. That chair is looking a little Hollywood to me. It's looking like a goddamn Hollywood prop. That chair's looking a little, it doesn't look like the original chair, girl. It looks a little suspicious. Anyway, hold on. But girl, your legs won't even touch the bar no more. It's like your feet are just dangling off the chair. But hold on. Did you just say you were staying in a safe house, girl? Because when I think a safe house is like for people who just got out of prison, people who are like, drug addicts and shit, right? People like very troubled people, poor people, impoverished people, people on the bad side of the tracks who got to stay at a safe house, or people who just made a deal with the state or the government to turn state's evidence on people, on very bad people. They might have to go stay at a safe house for a little while until their new identities are processed, right? So I'm like, all this weird shit keeps happening to poor Wendy, right, people? And I'm like, oh God, oh Jesus Christ, this woman, the light. I'm just trying to like highlight this woman's life, people, right? She's been out of it. It's not like she just took a couple days off, people. She's been living a full-on, fucked up, weird life, right? The past year or so. Full-on crazy, crazy train life. So let's just take all that into consideration. Some really fuckery weird shit she's been living with. And some weird ass people she's been cohorting with. All right? Yes, she made some weird acquaintances from that safe house environment. Let us just keep it real. All right? She was living with some characters up in a safe house. Oh, God damn it, people. Oh, hello, Christina Logan, Montana. Welcome, welcome. Gemini Slacker. Welcome, welcome. Smokey. When Smokey sings. Woo, woo. So listen, people. Let me tell you about Wells Fargo. I too bank with Wells Fargo. Now, I don't have the amount of, let's just say, I'm not the customer that Wendy Williams would be at Wells Fargo, right? I don't really hit the radar of Wells Fargo suits, right? That say Wendy's account would hit the radar, right? So let me tell you, if they froze, let me put it this way, before freezing an account like Wendy Williams, they would really, really, really think long and hard. It's not something that they would do on a whim. It's nothing that they would want to do. Let's put it that way. The last thing that they would want to do, actively want to do, is freeze an account of someone like Wendy Williams. Because banks want accounts that have six figures in them, and and the potential investment accounts and all that stuff. That's where they make a lot of money, right? These are very desirable accounts to land and have in your organization and your financial institutions. These are not customers that you actively want to piss off or send in the arms of other financial institutions, right? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm starting to sound like a preacher. I'm sorry. Listen. But here's the thing. The truth is, banks don't want to piss off or hurt the feelings of Wendy Williams, right? They don't want to piss this woman off, especially with the platform that she still has access to in some degree. After all, even though her show is being canceled, that's not until after this year. She's still technically in her last season, right? As a matter of fact, she still believes that she's well enough and able enough to continue on with. She believes that she's going to appear on her show on her last season. She thinks she's going to take the stage once again and bring it home, right? That's what she believes. So hey, but a bank, Wells Fargo, does not want this publicity. They don't want to be known for hijacking and closing down someone's account like this. Gingerlocks, thank you so much. $10 on the super chat. Love you right on back. Thank you, thank you. So you just have to remind yourself that putting aside that Wendy Williams clearly worked for her money, that's not, I don't think that's being debated whatsoever here. Of course she earned her money. Of course it's her money. But she didn't, when she deposits this money into Wells Fargo, she's entrusting that Wells Fargo is going to look after that money. Let's not forget that, right? If something goes wrong, right? Wells Fargo gets robbed. If anything happens to the money, who are we going to bitch to? Who's the first people that we're going to bitch to if our money just comes up missing? We're going to be bitching at the financial institution who we entrusted to care for our money, right? In this case, even if in the rare possibility that the financial institution has to protect our money from ourselves, right? And this is the case here. The financial institution, Wells Fargo, feels that it has to protect this money that it's in charge of caring for from the actual person who deposited it into the bank. So there's where we're at, people. The red flags that must have gone up for Wells Fargo to do this. Let's watch the video and then we'll talk more about it. Okay? Are you ready to go through the video, people? Let's look at the video. If you're here and you're still here, right? If you're still here, you must be interested. You must be interested. So let's take a look. Let us take a look, people. We'll go through it.
My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair.
That's because Wells Fargo is no longer talking to her directly. This is now being handled through the courts. Wells Fargo, now you're going to have to deal directly through the courts, directly through lawyers. So when she says that Wells Fargo doesn't have any answers, they're beyond that. They're beyond that at this point.
And Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And you know this is not fair. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me.
So here's the thing. Even if this is the case, which we don't know, right? Whatever Wendy knows is a fact, we don't know is a fact. But even if that were the case, it was done so in her best interest from their perspective, right? The money wasn't used, say, to buy Bernie a Porsche, or to do something for his legal case, right? It was to do something that they would see that would benefit Wendy. See, they're all doing something to, in their mind, legally to benefit Wendy, because they not only believe, but they seem to have evidence that points to Wendy is not of sound mind, to the point where they believe that Wendy is being manipulated by people or a person. And that's what this is all. And I want to know, which we don't know as of yet, who these people are, or who this person is that has somehow taken an influence over her. And obviously obviously this is what is so easily shown to Wells Fargo. These are the kinds of red flags that Wells Fargo was able to see um, after the now fired accountant was able to lay out for them. Uh, so here's the thing, people. If Wells Fargo did absolutely nothing after presented with this information that was so clear once brought to the attention, if they did nothing, if they just said, oh, well, stood by and continued to see these red flags, and let's just say, for example, all of these monies being funneled out of the account randomly, or funneled from one account to another account, uh, that were just clearly not regular, or not regular business of Wendy's, or just something that just was clearly showing that she was not thinking clearly compared to her past behavior within this account, right? If they just did nothing and just allowed this to continue and watch the funds being drained from that account, we're talking millions of dollars. What do you think the liability would be to Wells Fargo once that account is depleted and all the creditors would be, trust me, there are creditors involved. That a lot of creditors, there's employees, there's a lot of financial obligations when there's millions of dollars at stake, right? So when all they come looking for the money, but all the money has been depleted, right? And Wells Fargo says, oh, yeah, we were aware. We were aware all these signs were there and the money had been depleted. We watched it, in fact. We watched it all being siphoned out. It took about a year, 6 months. Yes, we were completely aware of it. The accountant showed us exactly what was happening and how it was happening and pretty much who was doing it. But we allowed it to continue. What do you think the legal obligations, or the exposure to Wells Fargo would be at that point for standing by and doing absolutely nothing? So based on this so far, I know it's so easy to point the finger at Wells Fargo, but bear in mind, based on her behavior, based on her lifestyle in the past couple of years, I'm more inclined to believe this is something that Wells Fargo had to do to cover their exposure legally, than anything that they ever wanted to do. Okay, let's just continue on.
That was done with my American Express card. Bernie Young, you're no good. And this is not fair at all, you know? And then there's this.
But for the record, Bernie Young was her accountant, who she fired. Bernie Young, I looked into Bernie Young, and read a few things about him. He has a flawless background in his field. No complaints whatsoever. Like over a 20-some year span. So he's got a very clean record about him. There's nothing shady in what he does whatsoever. What I even listening to this video, the impression that I'm getting is if anyone comes and tells her what she doesn't want to hear, I believe they get the axe. I believe they get fired, and I kind of feel that Bernie fell into that. And even though that was the case, even though he was fired, he was still able to go to. He was still able to take his findings and go to Wells Fargo and present the information that he had to Wells Fargo. And after Wells Fargo having the take the time, have their people to go through his findings, they were able to determine that they had enough information that they should freeze the accounts, and therefore go through the courts to that they felt that she needed someone to oversee her accounts at this point.
Person, this a former doctor,
Former doctor.
okay, had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. So I haven't gotten the stuff. I fired the doctor.
So there's another situation. A former doctor that had all this information on her, this medical information. She fired. You know, we can only read between the lines. You know, why? Probably another situation where I don't know. She insists that she needs pain medicine. Example, allegedly. I'm just putting this out there. Listen, and he insists that you don't. So, you know, we don't know why that doctor was fired.
And again, all I want to know is where is.
But the syndrome is the whole world is out to get me. And then you have to think, why would the whole world be out to get Wendy Williams? I mean, why would that be?
My money. This is not right. And certainly, this is not fair. This is not fair. You know, Wells Fargo has used all this stuff to create the guardianship over me.
Again, Wells Fargo is in the business to do banking business. They're not in the business to destroy their customers. They're not in the business to say, you know what we want to do today? Let's have a board meeting. Whose lives can we fuck with today? Let's destroy Wendy Williams, right? I assure you that board meeting never took place. Yes, banks are greedy, selfish bastards, right? They're going to nickel and dime you, and that's their business. But they're not in the business of just actively waking up and pinpointing lives to destroy. That's not what they do. And they would not have actively done this because they don't care enough about Wendy Williams to point her out, pick her out of a crowd, and destroy her life. Not to mention destroy their own reputation in the process. I mean, if this were true, what she's alleging here, what kind of advertisement would this be for Wells Fargo, right? There's no way Wells Fargo, this would be the last thing Wells Fargo would want to be known for. Hey, deposit your money with us and we're going to seize it. You know what I mean? We're going to seize your money because that's just who we are. That's not what they do, right? It's not what they do. Like I said, they obviously saw some very significant evidence that this woman is being exposed to someone, exploited by someone, and has her doing some very questionable money transfers, right? Withdrawals, whatever you want to call it, that is putting at risk both her millions and the bank itself, the bank's reputation. And they're not having it. They are absolutely not having it. And make no mistake about it, they care more about their reputation and their ass in this, their exposure, than they do Wendy Williams losing a few $1 million. That's the truth of it.
This is not right. And certainly this is not fair. The New York court system is, without evidence, they're being weird to me, this court system. Without evidence.
But there is evidence, right? There is evidence. Evidence is what's got the case opened and going, right? They're not being weird to you. It's not that they're being weird to you. It's called process. You have to be patient and you have to go through the motions now. Emily, thank you so much. $5 on the super chat. Happy almost Friday, Mallory. Thank you, Emily.
They took all this information and continued with what's going on with me based on what Wells Fargo is doing.
It's because they feel that Wells Fargo has enough, right? They have enough to push this through. They've got enough to say, hey, there's some merit to this. So far, there's some merit to this. I'm not going to throw it out as just bullshit, right? There's obviously some merit. There's some meat on the bone here, right? In layman's terms, there's some meat on the bones here. That's what's going on here.
This is not fair. This is not fair, you know? And the New York court is treating me like they did in, do you remember Kung Fu judge case? Do you remember that Kung Fu?
Sadly, I don't know. Forgive me. I don't know who Kung Fu is. Kung Fu fighting, Kung Fu Panda. I don't know. Y'all do the research, people.
Judge case.
I wasn't interested. I felt whatever it was a diversion, and it probably had shit to do with this. That's the impression I got.
That's not right, and that is not fair. Lori Schiller, Bernie Young, and Wells Fargo.
By the way, listening to her, looking at her, she insists that she's ready to go back. She is ready to go back at pretty much a call's notice, right? Listen, she's ready. She could go back on her show like that. This is how kind of out of touch with reality she is. Does anyone really believe that she can return to the purple chair and just turn it on, right? And just turn it on. And just be the Wendy that everybody knew and loved, and really just carry that show and interact with her co-hosts and put all. Does anybody really believe that? No, I don't believe that for one moment. I believe those days are gone. I believe she has shined her best shine to the public. Whatever's happened in her life, we don't know. We don't know the gory details, but there has obviously been a decline. And listen, these are the ebb and flows of life. Let's face it. She has lost the one person closest to her heart than ever, right? The one person in this world that knew her better than anyone. That was her mother. You get one mother, right? You get one mother, traditionally speaking, of course, right? So all you out there with two mothers in the world, please don't take offense to what I just said. Let's put it this way. Sometimes I have to modify that by saying you get one birth canal. You get one birth canal, people, right? And that's just the way it is. That is the way it is. So, she lost that person. And that really, I'm sure she lost that person while she was going down a decline, right? She's had a rough time. People. Moving on. Let's bring it in for the home run.
Please let me have access to my money. This is not right. And again, this is not fair.
I'll just finish it up. Please let me have access to the money.
Have a pleasant day.
Isn't that? Look at those. Listen, that ending was the creepiest, weirdest thing. Like, after all that, right? Oh my God. Please let me have access to my money. It's just not fair. Have a pleasant day. Right? It's just so weird. I mean, the truth is, she is so filled with rage right now. She is so angry and so filled with rage. But at the same time, you can't tell me that she's not on something. Allegedly. She's not on something. Right? She's not on some sort of stabilizer. She's not on something that is preventing her from going through the ceiling right now. right? There is something keeping her, I don't want to say calm, but almost in a trance-like state. There is something there. There's something pumping through her veins, people. That's just got her in this particular space, we'll say. That it's something. I would love to see what she's popping. I would love to see. Right? What are you putting in your mouth, Miss Williams? What are you putting in your mouth, girl? Because you're putting something in your mouth, allegedly, right? Have a pleasant day. We're talking about millions of dollars, and if she believes, this is beyond unfair, because she truly believes she's been carjacked. Millions of dollars. This is not something you're going to be able to be this monotone about, right? Have a pleasant day. Right? And those eyes just pop open like that. I know it's a disorder of some kind. I know it's some sort of disorder to do with her illness. Right? God damn it, it's creepy. Jesus to goodness. It's all just so creepy and odd. None of this shit happened until that whose idea was it to dress her as a Statue of Liberty? Whoever it was, I hope they got fired, right? I hope they're still unemployed somewhere. Still unemployed. Still can't find a goddamn job. Because whoever they were, they destroyed her. They destroyed her career. They destroyed her life. Whoever idea it was. Here's, how about Wendy? I know what, Statue of Liberty. God damn it. God damn it all to hell. Her entire Paige Davis says, I was thinking the same thing. Her demeanor does not match the situation whatsoever, which makes it creepy. Right? It's the only word that pops to my mind. It's creepy. It's haunting. How about that one? It's haunting, people. That very end, let's play it again. It's haunting. This is haunting.
Have a pleasant day.
Haunting. Haunting, people. That is haunting me. That whole sitting there in that barren apartment with probably not a stick of furniture, and she's got that very expensive ring on her finger, and all I can think is, girl, you always got take it to the pawn shop, girl. If things get too rough, take it to the pawn shop. You got that ring, walk it down, And then I'm thinking, Jesus, but who are these thugs? Who are these thugs manipulating you for money? And I'm worried for her, right? I'm a little worried for her, because they're probably only giving her so many days to work this shit out with the bank, right? They probably got a tab on her and she owes them money, right? She owes these no good Charlies money because she promised them money in trade for this and that, right? They were used to this money coming in at their demand, and then suddenly Wells Fargo cuts them off. And now she has no control, right? God knows what she sold, what she's had people take to the pawn shops and sold. Now she's got that ring sitting on her finger. Listen, people, it's crazy. It's some real stuff going on with her, right? Lost her husband, right? This is all kinds of stuff. This is literally seeing people rocket to the top and then watching them crumble on down back to the bottom again. It's creepy. And it's people like this when you see found dead, right? Jump from a balcony, right? It's tragic. It's scary shit. And then you think, what happened? What happened? You think of all the good times. The purple chair goddess, right? Found dead alone in a South Florida condo. Jesus to God, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. There was your purple chair goddess. I hope you enjoyed it. Food for thought for the edibles. Till next time, do take care. Bye-bye.